Close your eyes and imagine a circle. Let this single circle represent $1 million. To most people, this is the finish line, the ultimate goal. But look closer. This is what $10 million looks like. This is what $100 million looks like. And this massive, overwhelming shape is what $1 billion looks like. Now consider this. Jeff Bezos, the founder of Amazon, has a net worth of over 117 times that final number. It is a scale of wealth that the human brain isn't even wired to comprehend. There's you. You're probably watching this while thinking about your job. The job you got because of the degree you spent years studying for. You likely don't have much in savings. Your monthly expenses seem to climb higher every season while your paycheck stays stagnant. You feel undervalued. You have credit card debt whispering in the back of your mind. Or perhaps you're a student staring at a mountain of debt, hoping that once you graduate, the good money will finally appear. Wealth feels like a distant dream, doesn't it? You see young millionaires on social media and you ask yourself, how did they do it? It baffles you. It might even make you angry. You tell yourself they got lucky, you say they were born into it, or they cheated, or that money is the root of all evil. You conclude that the game is rigged and that you were born on the losing side. But what if I told you that your entire perspective is built on a lie? What if there was an actual equation to wealth, a repeatable, cold, hard science behind how money actually moves? You don't have to abandon the dream of paying off your parents' mortgage or seeing the world. I'm not a liar, and I'm not selling you a fantasy. By the end of this video, you will see the side of the coin that society has deliberately kept hidden from you. But I have to warn you, the road is brutal. It is filled with psychological struggle and the shattering of your current ego. It requires you to swallow difficult truths that your teachers and your government never mentioned. Many who start this video will click away before the end. They aren't ready, but for those of you who stay, at the end of this road lies a level of freedom you haven't even dared to imagine. So, are you with me? Then let's stop wasting time. What is money, really? Is it something you earn through sweat and toil? Is it a reward for being a good person? Most of what you believe about money was programmed into you before you could even drive a car. If you grew up in a household that struggled, you likely believe that wealth is a finite resource, or that having it makes you one of the bad guys. Hollywood loves the evil billionaire trope. We are told the wealthy are all backstabbing, entitled, or corrupt. But let's look at the data. A report by WealthX showed that of the world's ultra-wealthy, people worth $30 million or more, 68% of them were self-made. Warren Buffett, self-made. Howard Schultz, born in poverty. Oprah Winfrey, born in poverty. Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, Sarah Blakely, all self-made. These people didn't win the lottery. They didn't have a secret inheritance. They simply understood an equation that you are currently getting wrong. Here's the flawed equation you've been taught. Money equals salary earned from a job. This is the two-dimensional equation, and it is a trap. If your goal is to be wealthy while you are still young enough to enjoy it, this path will never, ever get you there. Why? Because it relies on the one resource you cannot create more of: time. In a standard job, your income is coupled to your hours. If you earn $20 an hour and work 40 hours a week, it would take you nearly 24 years to gross $1 million. But that's a fake number. Once you subtract taxes, rent, food, and the soul-crushing cost of living, you realize that on a $20 an hour salary, you can only become a millionaire when you're too old to drive the car you dreamed of. You traded your youth for a slow-motion payout. You sold your most precious asset, your life force, for a price that wasn't even substantial. So how did the self-made elite do it? They understand that in a capitalist society, you aren't paid for working hard. That is a myth. You are paid in direct proportion to the perceived value you bring to the market. The market is simply people. It's your neighbors, your country, and the person sitting next to you. People complain that athletes are overpaid, but there is a massive market for sports. Millions of people find value in the entertainment, the merchandise, and the drama of the game. Because the demand is sky high, the top players are paid according to that value. Think about a cleaner versus an accountant. The cleaner works physically harder. He sweats, he tires himself out, but he is paid far less than the accountant sitting in an air-conditioned office. Why? Because the cleaner is easily replaced. His job requires very little specialized knowledge. The accountant, however, has spent years mastering a skill that saves his clients thousands of dollars. The market perceives the accountant's solution as more valuable. If you want to increase your wealth, you must increase your perceived value. And the fastest way to do that is simple. Solve problems. If you want money, stop chasing money and start chasing problems. If you solve $1 million problem, you earn millions. If you solve $1 billion problem, like Jeff Bezos did with a hassle of traditional retail, you earn billions. Think about Amazon. It solved the problem of convenience, price, and delivery speed. Bezos didn't look for money. He looked for a massive global frustration and built a solution around it. You don't need to be a coding genius to start. You just need to listen. Listen to what people complain about, what frustrates your friends, what is incredibly inconvenient in your daily life. That frustration is a goldmine. But finding a solution is only half the battle. You also need scalability. If you're a yoga teacher charging $100 an hour, you haven't built a business. You've built a high-paying job. Your income is still capped by your time. But if you create an online course that thousands of people can access simultaneously while you sleep, now you have a scalable system. Your solution is no longer bound by the clock. The final step is building a machine that doesn't need you to turn the crank every day. This is where systems and automation come in. If you can outsource a task or hire an employee to do it better than you must do it. Being a one-man show is an ego trap that keeps you poor. Once your system is running, you reach the liquidation event. This is the moment someone buys the solution you spent years building. This is Instagram being sold for $1 billion. This is PayPal being sold for $1.5 billion. This is where the heavy lifting of your past pays for your future. But why do it? It was never actually about the money. Money is just a tool. What you are really looking for is freedom. The freedom to never ask, can I afford this? The freedom to own your Tuesday mornings. The freedom to pursue your passions without needing them to pay your rent. Time is the only resource we can never reclaim. Giving up 40 years of your life to a job you dislike is the ultimate failure of minimalism and psychology. Stop chasing money. Start chasing solutions. This is the only equation that leads to liberty. It will be a struggle, but it is a meaningful struggle. And at the end of that road, you won't just have a bank account. You'll have your life back.